I'll start. Hello listeners, you're listening to Anna FM 90.4 MHz with me Swarnambika for Climate Countdown program. Today we have Dr. Kurian Joseph, an environmental engineer and currently professor at Center for Environmental Studies. He is also the director of Center for Climate Change and Disaster Management at Anna University. And he is also a member of Tamil Nadu State Environmental Appraisal Committee. Let me give you a brief introduction about Sir's profile. Dr. Kurian Joseph received his BTech degree in Civil Engineering from the University of Calicut, then MTech in Environmental Engineering from the University of Kerala, and PhD in Environmental Engineering from Anna University. The main areas of his interest include cleaner production, industrial and hazardous waste treatment, municipal solid waste management, and environmental impact assessment. He started his professional career as project engineer in Chennai-based Indo-Italian consultancy company in the field of water and waste treatment. In the field of water and wastewater treatment. Welcome, sir. We are extremely delighted and glad to have you here to share your thoughts on climate emergency. Vanakkam, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Sir, this program is basically for creating awareness among students and general public about climate emergency we are facing now. Can you please explain this in simple terms, sir, so that the people will understand the seriousness of it and try to do their own part to combat the climate change?
I think generally there is awareness about this climate change. People talk about global warming,
yes,
which is one of the greatest symptoms of the climate change that we are all facing. But to make it in simple terms, what it means is, as compared to the pre-industrial area, if you look at the global average temperature, there is an increase. Okay. And pre-industrial area means before 1850.
Okay.
So before 1850, the global average temperature you take, and as of now, the global average temperature if you take, there is an increase of about 1.2 degree as of now.
Okay.
So this is projected to increase if we go the way we are doing. Maybe by 2030, it will become 1.5, and by end of this century, it may cross even 2 or 3 degrees centigrade. So globally, there is an agreement that we should take whatever possible to limit this increase, ideally to 1.5 degree, if not maximum 2 degree. So that is the kind of a challenge that we have. But of course, this is not the only challenge. We also have several other challenges globally, which we call it as the sustainability challenge. And globally, we have 17 goals.
Sustainable Development Goals.
Sustainable Development Goals, starting with addressing poverty, health, food security, education, then providing job opportunities for everybody, making cities, because we are all moving to cities, urbanization is taking place. So how we can have livable cities, and especially for all those things, we require water, sanitation, energy. Now why climate change is considered to be a serious challenge is, this is one among the 17 goals. But when we try to achieve the other goals, we are trying to push this goal away. So there is a connection. For example, this climate change is closely connected with energy. Our way of use of energy, which is primarily from fossil fuel. Okay, so when we use fossil fuel to produce energy or to drive our vehicles, we are emitting carbon dioxide, which is the primary cause for this climate change. Okay. So, in fact, this carbon dioxide, which we call as greenhouse gas, was a good thing. That is why we have life here. Okay, we have the right warmness as compared to any other planet. That is because of the blanket of greenhouse gases.
Exactly.
But now we are increasing the thickness of that blanket. As a result, the solar radiation which is coming in is not able to go back.
Okay.
So slowly it is getting heated, and it's like our body temperature when it increases. We call it as fever now.
Yes.
Okay, in
Yes.
a similar way, Mother Earth is facing a fever. Okay,
Yeah.
so if the temperature increases, what exactly will happen, we may not be able to tell, but based on the scientific knowledge, it is going to impact on different sectors,
Okay.
especially our food security. Our food productivity will be getting affected, it will get reduced. Okay, in some parts of the world it may increase, but the main bioproductivity is happening in our tropical regions, where it is going to have negative impact.
Exactly. Yes.
And our water balance is going to be getting affected, in the sense that the net water will remain same, but the evaporation rate will increase.
Okay.
So as a result, we will have frequent intense rainfalls.
Oh, okay.
So which will lead to floods, and we will also have long periods of absence in rainfall. So
Okay.
floods and droughts
Droughts.
will be
Okay.
more.
Okay. Okay.
And that will affect our productivity of plants. Not only plants, it will also affect the diversity of different living systems.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yes.
that's a kind of a connection.
Yes, sir. Sir, you have extensive knowledge and expertise in industrial and hazardous waste treatment, and also in solid waste management areas. Could you please share your experience on that, sir?
This solid waste is something which all of us generate. Okay.
Yeah.
There is nobody who don't generate solid waste. So generally when we talk about solid waste, it is the waste that is generated out of our domestic activities, at household activities, or at market, or at institutions. Similarly, when we use several products which are made by the industry, okay, in the production of those products, industry also generates waste. Some of those wastes are hazardous waste, means
Exactly.
either a poisonous, we call toxic waste, or reactive waste, or ignitable waste. Okay, so such wastes are having more risk. Of course, our domestic waste also is having public health connection, especially biodegradable waste. Almost 60 to 70% of the waste that we generate from our household is easily biodegradable, like food waste. And if you store it for more time, especially in a tropical environment, it starts degrading. So we get foul odor. So we want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And if you throw it out, then it attracts flies. The fly starts breeding. Then flies develop. They spread diseases. It attracts rats. Rats also spread diseases. So basically it's a public health issue. Now what to do with this is the key question, which all of us should be aware that we have a role primarily to reduce the generation of the waste. Okay, we should not be after this consumeristic pressures that we face.
Exactly.
To the extent possible, try to reduce the generation of the waste. Second thing, we have a responsibility to segregate the waste, biodegradable, non-biodegradable
waste,
because they cannot be managed to the same route. Biodegradable waste, we can compost it. If you have significant quantity, we can generate biogas from it. Okay. So we can use it. But if we mix it with non-biodegradable waste, then this process will get affected.
Exactly.
Not only that, the non-biodegradable waste like plastics or paper or textiles, individually there are possibilities of recycling or reusing or recycling. So if that is separate, there are technologies or techniques by which each of these can be used back, so that we will not have much to throw. Ideally, we should work towards zero waste. Zero waste means there shall be nothing to throw out, but at the same time we can't live without generating waste. So whatever we generate, we have to try to reduce, reuse, recycle if all these things are not possible, try to recover some valuables. Okay, for example, the combustible materials you can burn and generate energy from it.
Exactly.
So heat we can recover.
Sir, you are a recipient of Criton Curie Award for the best paper. What is this? Okay. Retake, sir. Sir, you are a recipient of Criton Curie Award for best paper in waste management. What was so unique about that paper, sir, that you have presented it?
See, that paper was based on a research work which we did about 20 years back.
Okay.
So that time itself we recognize the urgent need to address the dump sites that we have. See, the practice of or managing waste even 20 years back, even now, it is to collect all the waste and dump in some place. For example, Chennai we have Kodungayur and Perungudi.
Yeah.
So how to deal with this dump site? How to rehabilitate? That was the research question. And we attempted to study the characteristics of the waste which are dumped there. We analyzed it and we found that the waste which is dumped is stabilized, because biodegradable waste, once you dump it, it stabilizes. So you can recover it. Okay, that is the concept of rehabilitation of dump sites. Now it is happening in practice, which we call it as biomining. Okay, throughout the country now the dump sites are being cleaned up as part of the solid waste management.
What do they exactly do by biomining, sir?
See, what they do is they, as I told you, the waste which is dumped very long back, it would have already stabilized.
Okay.
But recently dumped waste, it will be partially stabilized.
Okay.
So this waste will be excavated, then it will be stabilized by biological means, by spraying inoculum and turning, which provides aeration. After that, they screen, they separate by screening. So they will get mainly three fractions. One, they will get the stabilized biodegradable material as very fine soil, equal as bio-earth, which could be used for plantation purpose. Then the plastics, textiles, etc., it wouldn't have undergone any change. Okay.
Yeah.
So they will come out as combustible material.
Okay.
So that is another major fraction, which will be refuse derived fuel, RDF. So it can be used by cement plants for co-processing to supplement their energy requirement. Okay. A third fraction will be inert materials, coals, stones, etc., which can be used for filling up low-lying areas. So the old dump site is cleaned up. So you get back that land. Of course, it is used or disposed, the fine fraction as compost kind of materials, the combustible fraction co-processing in cement plant, inert material for filling up low-lying areas.
That's awesome, sir.
Now this is happening throughout the country, especially in Tamil Nadu. At least 150 to 200 urban local bodies are doing it, including Chennai, where we have already many happening in Perungudi, where about 35 lakh cubic meters of our dumped waste, which we call as legacy waste, is being cleaned up. And another project is in pipeline for Kodungayur dump site, where almost double the quantity, about 70 lakh cubic meters, is going to be biomined.
Okay, that's great, sir. How did you got interest to do in this, sir, and solid waste and all? It was nice, actually, a very nice initiative, what people are doing. So is it like you were a pioneer in that, sir, to bring out this idea?
No, we can't say I'm a pioneer, because waste management is a global issue. There are different people working on it. For example, this project which we did was a joint activity which was supported by the Swedish International Development Agency. And there were universities from 4 countries. From China, there was a university from
Thailand. Is it like a joint venture?
Joint research project. So similarly, there are several institutions, several people working on it.
Any idea about this, sir? Whether other countries are also doing the same thing like what we are currently doing in Kodungayur or in Perungudi? Is it like they are following something similar to what you have explained right now, or they have something more sophisticated?
See,
than
most of the developed countries, they don't dump the waste.
Okay.
They have what is known as some of the countries where they have enough land, like America, they will develop engineered landfills and dispose the waste.
Oh,
And
okay.
countries where land scarcity is there, they use incineration to burn the waste and reduce the things which goes to the landfill. So different countries have different approaches. Of course, in our part of the world, except Japan, all other countries are dumping the waste, and some of the countries have started applying this biomining concept. But Asia, if you take, India is the biggest now, except of course China.
Most populous also.
Yes,
so we have land scarcity
Land
also for us. We couldn't allocate some space separately for doing all these things. Okay.
But still, lot more we need to do, because on one side, while we clean the dump site, we are still dumping the waste. Though there are several initiatives to compost or biomethanation, lot more needs to be done.
Yes, sir. As a common man, what can I do, sir, if I wanted to do something to the society? I wanted to reduce the global warming personally, instead of blaming the government or blaming someone else to do all these things. I want myself to do something to the better society, better tomorrow for my child. So in that case, what can I do other than segregating the waste? As you said, I have to segregate it as biodegradable or non-biodegradable. Something else which I can also do, if you have anything like that, so any some suggestions or ideas like that, sir?
See, as I have told in the beginning, the global warming is primarily connected to energy.
Exactly.
Okay. So
fossil fuels.
Anything that you do with reference to conservation of energy, you are positively contributing to addressing climate change.
Okay.
Means even switching off light or
unused lights and fans.
Any electronic gadgets which are not required. Of course, that you are contributing to it. Then second thing, moving towards renewable energy, especially solar energy. Now all of us can afford it. Okay.
Yes,
so the technology has developed to that level. So wherever possible, try to switch over to renewable energy.
Okay.
And of course, at country level, there are mega plants that are required to switch over from coal-based plants to the solar-based or wind energy plants. But as an individual, at personal level, how we can minimize our energy consumption, how we can switch over to the renewable energy route, even our mobility. If you can walk, don't use automobiles, okay?
Yes.
Or use bike.
For short distances we can
so
walk.
In
or cycle.
Each and every activity that we do, there is a connection with energy.
Yeah.
Okay. That is where we need to take even our consumption. If you consume more than what is required, anything that we consume is produced using energy.
Yeah.
So anything that you waste, it's not just that material that you are wasting, the energy associated with the production of that material also you are wasting.
True.
So that's the kind of a mindset that we should have. But at the same time, as human beings, we have needs and our needs to be met. But you need to make the difference between needs and greeds.
True.
Okay.
Yes,
that is where the contribution.
Yes, sir. I have heard that wetlands are also positively helping us in controlling the global warming. So how does a wetland do that, sir?
See, wetlands are basically, you can think like a sponge, okay, which absorbs the water. Okay. Then, so for example, I was telling you, the key impacts that we face will be flood and drought. Okay.
Yeah.
So the wetlands can act as the it can avoid flood by absorbing the water when there is intense heavy rain. And if you have wetland, the wetland will hold the water.
Okay.
And it will release when there is drought.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a balancing, okay, hydrological balancing thing. Okay. Not only that, it acts as a habitat for many living things, because water is the key thing that is required. When there is water, all other living things also flourish.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and especially when plants and other things flourish, plant is the only natural system which can absorb this carbon dioxide, which can mitigate.
So even the water plants will do the
yes,
same
water
thing.
plants will
Yeah.
do that.
Okay,
So it addresses flood, it addresses drought, it also acts as a natural carbon capturing system.
Oh, great.
Very important.
Okay. How does it do, sir? How does water captures carbon?
No, not water, the plants in the water.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So
even algae, simple algae, it can capture carbon dioxide.
Okay, true. Okay, sir. Sir, any latest or shocking research that you have come across in climate emergency, sir? Anything like that, which no one would have thought that this thing will magnify and this thing might cause a big disaster, something like that, sir, which is not given much more importance in real life, but that has something more to do. If you don't stop that, that is very dangerous. In that context, have you ever come across anything like that, sir?
We can't say anything such damaging, but there are a lot of innovative things that have come. For example, the electric vehicles, e-vehicles that we are talking about.
Yeah.
Where we are the conventional fossil fuel based vehicles, we are switching over to electricity, e-vehicles. That reduces our local pollution. Not only that, if that electricity is from renewable source, solar source, then that's an innovation which has got a lot to do with addressing climate change. Then the battery storage systems. Now we are thinking of offshore wind energies. Having windmills in sea. Then alternative fuels like hydrogen.
If we have windmills in sea, how do we bring the electricity to us, to the land? So
the sea means it will be on the coastal. It will not be in the deep sea, but it will be in the coastal sea. And because there are only few states in India, Tamil Nadu is one among that, where there is lot of potential for wind energy.
Yeah, we have coastal lines.
We have coastal lines and other things. So where there is a wind path, there only you will be able to generate.
But will the cyclones or things will not cause damage?
Yeah, it will. So we have to design those things which should withstand the increasing cyclones and other things.
Because even after this global warming or the climate change effect, we are getting the cyclones very frequently, more frequently than before.
More frequent. Cyclones, floods. So cyclones are like when we have heavy fever, we start shivering now. So in a similar way, Mother Earth also shivers. That is indicated in terms of different symptoms like cyclones, heavy storms. The most important thing is intensity of rainfalls will increase. In shorter duration, you will get what you used to get in 1 month, you may get in 1 day or half day. And for long periods, there will not be any rain. So,
is it possible to prevent this, sir? Like for example, you're expecting a cyclone or something like that. Is it possible to prevent it or stop it or deviate it, sir?
No, cyclones nowadays we are able to predict and monitor once it is initiated. You can't predict it, but once it is formed, you are able to track and give warnings. That is happening in the recent years. You would have also observed. Scientists or weather scientists are able to track it, and they are even able to exactly predict where it will land, when it will land, at what speed it will land, and what are the kind of damages it is likely to do, what are the precautions that you need to take. But there are no technology by which you can break it on the way and then prevent it. We can give advance warning. But that is possible only once it is formed. You can't tell next year at this place on this time a cyclone will come. That is not possible.
Tell us something about forest cover, increasing forest cover, sir. How can we do that, sir? Because we are highly populated country. We have very limited space also. See, I wanted to have some 10 trees around my home, but I couldn't do that because of shortage of space. So in that case, how can we make people to grow more trees? Because now government says grow more trees, but if you don't have space, is there any other options, sir, to do that?
No, but you as an individual may not have space, but there is lot of space available as a country or as a state that you can take. Okay, and for example, Tamil Nadu, if you take our tree coverage is about 22%, where globally and nationally we have a target of 33%.
Okay.
So which means a 10% extra in terms of forest plus other tree cover we need to have, because that is the only mechanism by which the carbon dioxide that we are releasing can be captured back. Okay, so there is no other option available to us. Okay, though we can switch over to renewables, etc., but still we can't live without releasing carbon dioxide. Not only carbon dioxide, there are also other gases like methane, okay, also nitrous oxide, which is emitted when we produce fertilizers. Okay. So carbon sink we call it as, not forest cover, the carbon sink, where the carbon dioxide can be sinked. Okay, forest cover is very critical. Okay. Now the challenge is not having adequate land. Okay, we have land available, but most of our lands are getting degraded. Okay. Because of the loss in the soil. Okay, the top soil is critical for the growth of plants or vegetation.
You mean to say soils are infertile or polluted?
No, the top soil get washed out.
Okay.
And heavy rains also contribute to that. When you have intense rain, that leads to soil erosion. Okay. So the challenge is how do we keep our soil fertile? Okay. Especially our soil rich in terms of soil organic carbon. Even our forest, at least about 10%-20% of forest itself, even if you plant also, the tree will not grow.
Okay.
So it's not that you don't have
it's
land,
a big
you have
challenge
land.
Then. Yeah.
So in the given land, how do you plant the trees and the trees grow? Okay.
Yeah.
So that requires supplementation of soil organic carbon. Now in Tamil Nadu, we are thinking of clubbing these two problems, one of forest land degradation, the other one related to waste management. In waste management, the biodegradable material can be converted to compost, and that compost can be used to increase soil organic carbon. So that's the kind of a thinking that now we have.
Okay, so is it like government is going to collect all the waste and
the government may not collect all the waste, but if the municipalities manage all this biodegradable waste in a decentralized manner, the compost that is produced will be collected by government systems, especially the forest department, and forest department can use that for growing trees and also supplementing soil organic carbon in forest.
Okay, true, sir. This angle we have never thought actually, because we used to think only that we need to grow more trees. If I give some saplings, others will go plant. That's all. We used to think only within that range.
And second, even if you don't have your own land, you can contribute to the forest department, who will plant trees on your behalf. Because
how do we do that, sir?
Because now the state is having 3 missions. Okay, on mission mode. One is the Tamil Nadu Green Mission.
Yes, sir.
So Tamil Nadu Green Mission, the goal is to enhance this forest cover, as I told you, from 22% to 33%. So they have targets for each of the forest divisions. Okay, how many saplings they should grow and plant. Okay. Now there is a cost for that. Okay? So if you can't have your own land, you at least contribute to the cost.
Okay.
So which means in your name, somebody else will be planting and growing a tree.
Okay. So earlier I have heard that we can adopt animals in zoo, where I can go and pay for a tiger. The tiger will be fed on behalf of me, adopting animal. And now I'm listening to this for the first time.
They have something called geotagging. So, and also there is a possibility of getting a certificate. If you pay, then you get a certificate that for that a tree is planted, and you get the geotag of the place where that sapling is being grown.
Wow, great. This is something very new, sir. How do we do this, sir? How to contact the official regarding this?
No, there is a Tamil Nadu Green Mission Secretariat is there.
Okay.
You can look at their website and their actions.
Okay, fine. Because many people are saying this. I want to do something to the society. I want to contribute something. I want to grow more trees, but insufficient space. Sometimes we can't even grow trees on streets. We get into trouble.
Yes,
People are saying, don't plant tree in front of my gate. I need to park my vehicle there.
Yeah.
So in those cases, we used to wonder how to grow more trees or how to contribute our part in increasing the green cover.
Yeah.
Because whatever we do today, this is for the betterment of us and our future generation also.
Exactly.
True, sir. So we are very happy about having you here, sir. We had so many new things to learn from you, and we are looking forward for more such discussions on the same topic with you in future also, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.